Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, Incorporation Nation. Good to see you in the office today. Hope you had a good day yesterday. Hope that everything went well. Got any plans for the weekend? It's me, Isaac Anzu, the best boss you'll never have. I'm just looking out for your welfare. I'm just trying to make small talk, you know. It's what we do in the office. Did you have a good did you have a good time? Did you have a good day? My plans for the weekend? Oh, well, you know, watching the game, playing some sport with the gang, of course. Yes, you could expect nothing less of me, Isaac Anzu, the best boss in the office. Oh, what's this over here? Why, it's just a chart detailing the different types of our sponsor today. Our sponsor today is memory. There are two types of memory: individual memory and collective memory. Whoa, did you know that? Social and cultural studies focus on collective memory, whereas biology and psychology focus on individual memory. I didn't actually know that collective memory was a thing. Look at this badass sidebar here. This is how you know that a Wikipedia article is well taken care of. Look at this sidebar. Look at that sidebar. Can we go all the way down to in plants, in infancy? Is there a different page? Is there a different page for cultural memory? Types. By temporal direction. Another major way to distinguish different memory functions is whether the content to be remembered is in the past or in the future. Whoa. Future intentions or remembering to remember. Ooh, how good are you at remembering to remember? I'm decent at it. That's a tough one. Got to remember things. Don't forget to remember. Much of the current knowledge of memory has come from studying memory disorders, particularly the loss of memory, known as amnesia. Anime, anime tropes 101. Amnesia can result from extensive damage to the regions of the medial temporal lobe, such as the hippocampus, or the midline diencephalic region. While not a disorder, a common temporary failure of word retrieval from memory is the tip of the tongue phenomenon. Uh, those with anomic aphasia do experience tip of the tongue phenomenon on an ongoing basis due to the damage to the frontal and parietal lobes of the brain. Are you learning? Are you learning about memory? It's our sponsor for today. Don't forget that our sponsor is memory. Don't forget to check us out. I've got a cute theme song. Stress. Stress has a significant on memory formation and learning. In response to stressful situations, the brain releases hormones and neurotransmitters, which affect memory encoding processes in the hippocampus. Whoa. Behavior research on animals shows that chronic stress produces adrenal hormones, which impact the hippocampal structure in the brains of rats. Man, these rats are stressed out. Sleep. Making memories occurs through a three-step process, which can be enhanced by sleep. The three steps are as follows: acquisition, which is the process of storage and retrieval of new information in memory; consolidation; and recall. There's whole articles on those. There's a whole article on sleep and memory. This has to be a staged photo, right? You don't just fall asleep with your textbook that says memory on it and get used in the Wikipedia article. Sleep affects memory consolidation. During sleep, the neural connections in the brain are strengthened. This enhances the brain's abilities to stabilize and retain memories. If you're forgetting stuff, maybe your brain isn't consolidating the memories well enough. During sleep, the hippocampus replays the events of the day for the neocortex. The neocortex then reviews and processes memories and moves them into the long-term memory. When one does not get enough sleep, it makes it more difficult to learn, as these neural connections are not as strong, resulting in a lower retention rate of memories. Ugh. Recommendations for improving memory. Stay intellectually active through learning, training, and reading. Keep physically active so to promote blood circulation in the brain. Socialize. Reduce stress. Keep sleep time regular. Avoid depression. Easy. Or emotional instability. When you're working in a stable, boring, long-term office job like me, avoiding depression and emotional instability is just the norm. Who has time to be depressed? There's work to do. Why bother being emotionally unstable? Every day is the same. And observe good nutrition. Plants. Plants lack a specialized organ devoted to memory retention, so plant memory has been a controversial topic in recent years. Here we go. Collective memory refers to the shared pool of memories, knowledge, and information of a social group that is significantly associated with the group's identity. Collective memory can be constructed, shared, and passed on by large and small social groups. Examples of these groups can include nations, generations, communities, among others. The difference between history and collective memory is best understood when comparing the aims and characteristics of each. A goal of history is broadly to provide a comprehensive, accurate, and unbiased portrayal of past events. This often includes the representation and comparison of multiple perspectives and the integration of these perspectives and details to provide a complete and accurate account. In contrast, collective memory focuses on a single perspective. For instance, the perspective of one social group, nation, or community. Consequently, collective memory represents past events as associated with the values, narratives, and biases specific to that group. I bit my tongue while I was reading that. But you gotta get the good take. You can't interrupt the take. Isaac, how are you? Hello, Ray. I'm doing good. I'm reading about collective memory. How's the ping today? I've dropped 0 frames so far. And I just started, so I'm wondering if it truly is just the difference in internet location between us. Glad you're doing well. Thank you. I hope you're doing well too. What's the latest on the Ray Pierre arts docket? right? You're working on digital art right now. Dusting off some stuff. Might get another commission, hopefully. Nice. I'm also doing more commission work than I have, but it feels weird preparing for the big stream, the big birthday stream, and then subsequently doing all of the asset generation work to move into this office. Feels like I've been putting off some of my long-term projects, but I worked on them yesterday. So I'm feeling like I can get back into the groove. And we know the groove is the king, right? Tell me, Sir Isaac, what's your tip on making some sick hip hop rapper beats? Well, why don't we start with something like that for um, our music today? Let's forget about this memory stuff for now. We'll come back to it. Maybe. If we remember to remember. And we can stop this music. All right. So today we're going to delve into the world of corporate music, but my theory. Good morning, boss. How did the acquisition go? Good morning, Crendel. Uh, don't talk to me until I've had my third cup of coffee. uh, Acquisition went well. We're poised to hostily take over the business of memory. Memory? Today's sponsor is Memory. I'm struggling to remember. No, today we're going to start. I have a theory about corporate music, and the corporate music theory is that any music is corporate music if you just make it bad enough, right? Memory. Memory. This is going to take some getting used to. So we've got our 808s, and you want to start with an 808 because it's like the. Listen to that. By bad, you mean Grubhub quality music? Oh yeah. Let's start with a cool hip hop beat, and then try to turn it into some Grubhub quality music. Okay. So we're gonna start with just this. So, as you probably know, the best way to write basic hip hop music is to hit those backbeats. So by establishing the downbeat on one, you can establish the backbeats on 2 and 4. You can even make them claps. And this is a little fast for hip hop. Now, you can put the second beat on the 3. But by moving it around, you change the basic feel. How do you remove the soul of the beat? Very important question. By putting it exactly on the 3. Now this is at 107, which is still kind of fast for rap, but not bad for hip hop. Isaac is teaching me again. Yippee! In the flow of the darkest night, we find the light that finds our ultimate sight. I don't know what that was. Just a little freestyle. Freestyle on the topic of memory. I'm forgetting to remember to forget everything I know, everything I is. If I can't find the meaning to my memories, I can't find anything else in the memory. Taking notes for that one time I think of making music. I see, of course. And once you get into this slower BPM, beats per minute, or tempo, that lyric felt like something out of Linkin Park. I'll take that compliment. You can start messing with the in-between beats. And listen, really what you've got here is you've got your constant, you've got your backbeat, and then you've got your groove, right? The 3 parts of a rhythm. You need a constant in order to set the feel, set the tempo in the ear of the listener. You need the backbeat in order to kind of set the large beats of the thing. And you might think that the large beat should be on 1, but in fact, in rock and hip hop and all that, the backbeat is where it's at. That's why it's weird and awkward to clap on 1 and 3. Everybody should be clapping on 2 and 4. And then down here, you just got the groove. Boom, 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 bap, boom, boom, bap, boom, 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 bap. And when you're rapping, you might fight to sign. And when you're rapping, you might start to find that the people will rap on those beats. When the beat are matching with the groove, and that's when you know that you're gonna start moving. Oh yeah, feeling the beat. And the feet start to move with the beat. And the beat, it's hitting MTV levels of beat. You explained that better than my 12th grade music teacher. Well, I think your 12th grade music teacher might have had different goals than me. After this, essentially, once you have this, so an important thing to remember about music is when most people listen to music, they only hear 3 or 4 things. They hear the melody, they hear one, maybe two of the rhythmic instruments, and then they hear the background noise, right? The loudest thing in the background. And in classical music, they actually talk about this foreground, midground, and background in orchestration. You want to be aware what part of the music you're writing for, because they all serve different functions and you can switch around those functions at different times. So once you get your constant, your backbeat, and your groove, the rest of everything is just accenting those things. So what you can do is say, like, take the constant and notice this is still in the rhythm of the constant, but I didn't pick this note at random. It's aligned with one of the notes of the groove. So if I was going to pick another note, well, see, the problem is that we've built our groove so that none of the notes align with the constant. It's just this note, right? If I was going to pick another note, I would want to do one that, you know, maybe aligns with the backbeat. And that doesn't even mean that we can add certain things. Oh, guess we're in the mines now. Oh yeah. So we can add some accents to this groove, right? Maybe with like a cowbell. More cowbell? It's a pretty awful cowbell. This is not funk. This is not funk. Yeah, now it's sounding funky. The other thing you can do, and the other thing you should do, is whenever you're adding accent notes like this, make them quiet. Because you're really building on top of the groove instrument. And remember, when people are listening to this, they're going to be hearing that groove instrument first and foremost. So everything on top of that should be a little quieter. So we can accent these with the clave, these with the rim, and then maybe we bring the cowbell in. But also, hi Mags. The cowbell sound is just so out. The cowbell is kind of its own genre now, yes. The other thing you can do is accent different parts of your stuff more or less. So like in the constant, Let's take every other beat and make it quieter. It's like a switch from hip hop and funk. Well, you got to remember that funk was Memphis hip hop first and foremost. And then maybe we can make these a little quieter. So now what you can do, take all your notes, duplicate them, and figure out what you want to change in the end of the second bar. I think we should just delete those. Make a small change in the end of the second bar. And now you've got a 2-bar pattern. The third bar can sound the same as the first, but the last bar is where you put a fill of some kind, such as Collins or Spectre. I can hear it calling in the air. No, coming in the air tonight. And the fills are usually on the more melodic drums of the instrument, which are the toms and congas.
Rock toms. Rock toms.
What?
Rock toms.
I'm trying to do a fill here, my love. Nobody can hear what you're saying. I can't talk to you right now. And normally fills are a little faster than anything else that's been going on. We can take these. Like this. Let's listen to just this measure. Is Lumi healing up? Lumi is healing up. Fortunately, today is a holiday. It's International Women's Day. So, I'm getting paid to be a woman. I'm just kidding. That's not how that works. Women Day. Now everyone dresses up as a woman. That would be fun. Got black nails now? You went full emo? I don't think just black nails is enough, right? You've got to feel it in your soul. The black nails must be an extension of your soul. All right. Basic groove created. good? Maybe. Here's what we're going to do with it, though. We are going to make an audio track. We are going to resample this. Also, let's saving is not possible while recording. You know, I guess that's fair. I'm going to save now. Save to the desktop. Corpo music. All right. Goodbye, MIDI. We now have an audio track. And so what we're going to do with this audio track is we are going to squish it. We're going to just squish it way down, warping complexly. Listen to this. Yeah. We're going to resample it again. Resample. Oh, I need to resample. Is anything picking up on this? No. Record. Cool. Now we've got this super weird thing. And what we're going to do with this is stretch it back out to its full length. Again, complex stretching, and bring the volume up. And now the stretch and compress thing should make it sound a little janky. Extremely janky, actually. Let's try the other direction, shall we? Instead of stretching this small, let's stretch it big. Very crunchy. Perhaps too crunch? Never. All right. New audio track. Just realized Incredibox is quite a great game for hip hop stuff. Really? I'm not familiar with this game. No. Resample you. Share a vid on Incredibox and stuff? Yeah, you should. Please do. It's a little bit, how do you say? Sounds a little metal, doesn't it? Everything became more metallic. indeed. Can you play Claramente the what? I don't know what that is. Let's look it up. Claramente. This is your favorite song. I've never heard it before. We'll just put that on the listen to after the stream list. I have not heard it before, and I cannot play it, sadly. Oh. There we go. The tutorial. Sorry, I can't have people posting links, sadly. But yes, even though I am an EU bro, I'm painfully American. Oh, wait, I need to turn off the long version. You're from Argentina. That is very cool. Welcome to the stream. My name is Isaac. I am making my own music. Unfortunately, I do not have an instrument. I cannot play request music. But Claramente by Chano, I will listen to the music. Mind if you play the leitmotif of Megalovania? We do need some melodic material for this. This is what I'm talking about. Let's balance these. That kind of sounds sick, actually. Just like looming. Definitely feels very industrial, doesn't it? Kind of like it. I do have the Minecraft hat on. Is it?
Yes, what are you changing from?
Well, the rest of the office is soulless and colorless. So I thought that blue should be Technicolor. I don't know if you can hear it, but Lumi is laughing, and that's really the best music, I'd say. How are we going to turn this into soulless corporate music? The answer is add some crappy stuff, I guess. Glad to know she could laugh now. She can laugh. She's trying her best to laugh. All right, we're gonna pull up Vital, a thing that I still am trying to figure out. But Vital has oh my goodness, that's loud. What was this one? Ooh. This is by a guy named Ulysses. I think I know where he got that name. So loud. Sounds like the some Undertale music. I like a lot of these. The problem is that they're just too interesting. What if we... How do we is there just a default? Oh. Oh, I see. Oh, that's nice. You can change the size of things just in case. Basic shapes. Oh, goodness. I see. This LFO is set to the... Now, why aren't these keys working? so loud. How do you play Megalovania? I need more there we go. Can I just init? Basic shapes. Just give me like the slightest of attacks. Some jazzy stuff there. It's nice to know that I haven't completely forgotten how to play. Let's put some chorus on you. Wow, that is some wild distortion. It's nice that they include a filter right in the distortion. What was that chord progression?
That's good.
That's the amen cadence. As opposed to the amen break, which is something totally different. All right. We've got a decent little thing here. Let's go back and listen to it. Just pop that up a couple octaves. Sounds like reggae now. My keyboard's bravo. Okay, maybe that works better. Now my keyboard is wobbly. Hear that? I don't know if you even can hear it. I can't even claim to. That's from a MF Doom track, actually. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's record it. And then you might notice that my rhythm was a little bit off. Nothing we can't fix in post. So once again, what we're going to do is resample this bad boy, but we're going to resample just that track. And let's do the opposite thing this time. where we squeeze it. Well, we need to record it first. We record it. We squeeze it very small. We make a new audio track, set it to resample that. Record, record. Good. And then stretch it back out. How long is this? Ooh. It can't go all the way back out. So what we do then is we just consolidate it into a new audio file, and then we can stretch it more. We can get rid of a ton of this stuff. We can also start messing with just this, right? Hell yeah, we can. And then just reconsolidate it into its own new thing that doesn't have any warping or detuning on it. And now what we can do is we can mix it up, chop it. So we take the samples from it. Oh, hey, Amy, thanks for the lurk. Nice to see you back online. Chop it up. Mix it up. I forget what order I did these in. Maybe chop it up some more. I like this first one. And then what we can do is we can go into the individual sections of them and kind of set up a little bit of a groove to it. Let's connect these all again. And now what I want to do is take the beats, go into the eighth notes, and we can kind of that's cool. That sounded good. What kind of corporate music is this? This is like the deadline is approaching corporate music. Maybe we slow it down so it's not so dramatic. Can't get too excited here in the office, you know. Yeah, I think this second resampling we did of the drums is too much. So maybe we just make it really quieter. Another thing we can do, follow me on this. Just make it really quiet. And then maybe do a little bit one of these. Offset it. Maybe offset it even by like half a bar. No. Yeah, I think if we're going to do anything, it's just got to be real quiet. Providing a little bit of texture to those drums. So this is essentially in the key of E minor. So what if we use the bass to make it sound a little bit happier? Happy. We go for happy. And I'm going to do vital again, even though I don't know anything about vital. Because I'm trying to learn. Pause the music, please. Oh my God, so loud. Give me a bass preset. base. Damn, these are some powerful bases. It's cool to know that that's something you can do, right? Initial preset, please. Let's see what we can do with just a basic shape. I like that. It's warm. So the envelope here controls the attack of the base, as well as the pluck of the base. So what I want to do here is I want to try to use this LFO to make something on the base happen. We've got a filter here. The problem is that this basic shape doesn't have a whole lot of upper notes to it. A whole lot of, what you call it? Overtones. So, what is all this? Spectral morph, huh? Oh, this is all phase stuff. I see. Wow. I really should watch a tutorial on this. Now, if I understand correctly, what I can do is take this envelope thing and put it right here. But maybe that's not what I want to do. Remove. Maybe I can take this envelope thing and put it right here. Right, right. Ah, see, look at that. That's cool. Okay, I see. Can we reverse it? I guess not. We don't need more than one voice. Now, can we add a little bit more upper? What about chorus? No, I think distortion is good. Okay. Let's try this wobbly little bass. Just a wobbly little guy. So let's listen. I don't even think I want the filter thing. Let's just turn that off. Yeah, just a nice C. And listen, this ain't no hip hop track. We don't need some crazy stuff going on. In the upper registers, right? Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want the EQ 8. starting to sound pretty generic, starting to sound pretty normie. Normie with just like that almost crunchy uncertainty around the edges. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm getting at? That is 4 bars. So about 10 seconds of music. We want more than that. So let's take this as our first phrase, duplicate it. Kind of love it. Now we need like an intro, don't we? Just some sort of variation. Let's take this first section. We'll just take the first section of this too. Keep the drums. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we need just one more element. Because as I said, this is 3 to 4 elements, right? Here's the beat. Here's the background. I feel like we need one more thing. One more thing. A lead of some kind. And you know, your boy is going to try to do this in Vital again. We got to mess around a little bit. Messing around, messing around, messing around. Yeah, I don't like that. Ooh, okay. Let's try. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Let's add some interest to this. So let's add a filter. Just a little shimmer up in the very upper end of it. So that means I put an LFO here. I make it bipolar. And now we can work with the shape of this LFO, huh? Oh, I see. Okay, so this little button here controls the amount. So we want a pretty low amount. We want a pretty slow thing. And we set it to sync mode so that it doesn't start over every time we play a new note. So now what we can do, we can just loop this and play around. Recording our playing around, of course. I do think that this should be just one voice. So let me change that real quick. You know, I kind of like that. Yo, Nico, how's it going? Hope you're well. Let's just wow 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 wow. Boo doo 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 doo. Oh, it's so off. Nico, what's up? How you been? How's it going? What's up? How's it hanging? How's it going? What's up? Oh no, that's not right. Oh no, that's not right. Can we get just a little bit more? Thank you. Just a little bit more chunkiness to this. Give me more to grab. I am just got done having a very nice age-appropriate conversation. Left me very nice and fuzzy feeling. Lovely. And age-appropriate. Perfect for our sponsored stream. Age and family appropriate. Today's sponsor is Memory. Don't forget about it. Your partner is so silly he loves them. Aw. I'm glad. Ugh. It's good to have people to love. Can anybody find me somebody to love? Lumi tried to join in, but was Where do we go with this? My head is nice and fuzzy, like bzzz, and now I'm kind of eepy. Well, get some eep if you need to eep. Get the eep if you need the eep. We're not here to break any sleep schedules. In fact, did you know that sleep improves memory? Aha. There you go. Working in the sponsor. Check it out. Oop, not what I wanted to do. I want to just select all these and Q and no. Sorry. Select this. Shoom. Control Q. Cancel. Control U. There we go. Mrs. Anzu. Yes, she's here. She's here. How's our time looking? We've got almost a minute of music. Nika says hi. It is chill music, isn't it? Wait a minute. That's not a C, is it? Where something's off. Something's off here. Something's off here. There we go. Hold up. What? Isagon's raid? Raid me? Who's raiding me? Nobody yet. Are you a herald? What's up, Topi? Are you a herald of things to come? Why is this so off? Hello there. How are you? I'm doing well. I hope you're well as well. Can we oh my goodness. You're doing great. Wonderful. Well, we've got a lot of sleepy people in chat, so feel free to tell me how you're doing with no interruptions. What's so great? Tell me your life. Tell me your story. Okay, this is off, huh? There we go. Oh, you're in class and you're on the big screen. Say hello. Hello, everyone. We're just chilling here, making some music, wearing a Minecraft helmet for some reason. Let's see. I can take off the hat. There we go. Now you can see my majestic horns. Wow. Oh, I should turn the melody on. Huh. Yeah, I'm trying to make some soulless corporate office music. And I think it's working. Pretty basic groove, pretty basic bass line, pretty basic chords. I need to change this melody though. Ah. Me. Boom. Doom. Still a little loud. And we could probably add some reverb to it. You know what else could use reverb? This. Working. All right. What about... Is that enough music? You know that it's soulless corporate music because it just repeats forever. Am I still on the big screen? Am I still presenting to the class? I don't know if there's much else to do with this. It's pretty straightforward at this point. What else could I do? Oh, well, I can master it, I suppose. Mastering time. We'll just throw my normal stuff on there and see how that sounds. Go to the loudest point. Just clean it up. Maybe, maybe not. Well, it's got a groove to it, you know? It's got a feel to it. No matter what I do, I can't escape the funkiness. Can't escape the funkiness. I'm just too funky of a person. Ooh. Wonderful. Hello. The cat on your table is cute. You want to adopt it? Look how technicolored he is. Hello, Cass. Hello. Why is my shout out still doing the thing that it shouldn't be doing? Hello. Oh, and hello, Annie Banani 3. Welcome to the offices of Chimera Enterprises. It's me, Isaac Anzu, Chimera VTuber, here showing off some very productivity-oriented music that I've made. Thank you so much for the raid. You were streaming Overwatch 2. How was that? Kiki is just Annie Banani. I see. The 3 E's. The 3's are E's. You just call me Annie. Oh, I see. I see. Annie. Well, welcome, Annie. Thank you for joining. I can't believe we're almost to 550 followers. Feels like just not even a week ago that we hit 500. And now, here we are. Many of them. Wow. 542. Incredible. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the follower goal unless we hit 1 million. 1 million would be some alpha male, real alpha male stuff. Anyways, it's 3 a.m. Cass sleepy. Go to sleep. Well, thank you so much for the raid, Cass. We will be working on this for a little while longer. I need to go to my events and fix this rated. Channel rated. Oh, that's not it. Twitch events. Channel rated. Did I just forget to save this? I probably just forgot to save it. Yes, good night, Cass. And now I need to figure out what I want to do with this. So,
Let's get to it.
all hail mighty Sir Isaac, the real alpha male tweaker of channel settings. Dolu. Thank you so much for the subscription. That's 24 months. Wow. Look, you've got a brand new, that's the 27-month subscriber badge. Heck yes. Looks so cool. 2 strong years. Yes. Dolo, I'm making some music for us to jam to while we do Elden Ring this weekend. What do you think? Doesn't it just make you want to collect bosses? Yo, how's it going, Teddy? What's the theme? The theme of the music is let's get some work done. Welcome, Teddy. Oh yeah, the raid messages are working now. Welcome, Lab Rats. Welcome, Jeff the Rat. I love that Wiggly so much. How's it going, Teddy? Dead by Daylight? Is that the one where you're the guy running around and catching the other guy? Right? You're the monster and someone else is the victim and you run around and catch. Or is that yes, you did some murdering today. Wow. Congratulations. How did it feel? I tell you, I'm gonna murder this cup of water. I got a hankering for some thirst. I'm on holiday, was messing around with Sir Isaac, but he's on the big screen of class. I don't know what to trust anymore. But that big, very good. Hello, Raiders. Hello, Lost Bunny Castile and Teddy Deadrat. Thank you for the raid. Hello, Annie Banani. Thank you for the follow. Hello, Dodo. Thank you for the sub. My name's Isaac Anzu. I am very large and very in charge. Oh yeah. We're grooving to the music. Can you even hear the music beyond all the reverb? That is the question. It should be cutting through. I hope. So what do you think, Dolu? How do I look in this suit? I always thought that a suit looked good on me. A vest, which I normally wear, is like a miniature suit. What's the miniature vest then? I guess it would be, oh, I'm back. If a vest is a miniature suit, then what's a miniature vest? How far can we go? I guess a miniature vest would be a cummerbund. You know what a cummerbund is? Benedict Cumberbund. That thing that goes around the waist. Yes. Let's pull up. It's actually spelled cummerbund. I didn't know that. But yes. It goes around the waist. Here's some cool ones from history. Here's a colorful one. Here's one for women. You wore those in choir. Nice. Has this great sense of exploration in the unknown. Mindful of a desert area. Ooh, I do like that. The desert of the soul. The desert of the corporate office. The cubicle desert. Cubicle does sound like it could be the name of the desert. I was gonna say they look a lot like the Obi. Hello, Tsukuno. Yeah, they on the Wikipedia article they mentioned Obi as an alternative. You know, it's a waist decoration, right? It's not like a super it's not a thing that every culture is going to like, I don't know, ignore, right? Everybody's gonna make their own waist decoration. Guess I never knew they were pretty much the same thing as an Obi. Well, now you know what a cummerbund is. A side-scroller 2D game starring Uncle Scrooge, exploring a desert setting for coins, and ultimately a treasure chest. Yes. I love the feeling. And knowing is half the battle. I love the feeling of greed. That's what we're going for. Greed! Anyway, Annie was in choir. Yo, that's pretty cool. I've always wanted to learn how to sing, and I've been told that singing your melodies is an excellent way to make them good. Which is why I want to work on singing. Maybe we can work on singing. The best part of music is speaking to me, and that make it, in my humble opinion, a soul shaker. It is a pretty moving piece, huh? All right, let's pause the music, even though it is grooving me quite hard, and let's export it. Yes. Renders loop. Facts. Where did I put this? Here we are. Yeah. Got any tips for improving your singing? My wife gives me tips all the time. Things like project through your forehead when you sing. Facts. Earth is flat? In some spots, I suppose. Things like take a deep breath. Things like be in tune. Hi, Ella. You can't sleep? Oh, no. Well, have I got the piece of music for you? Oh, nobody told me my display capture was still on. Meow. Listen to this. Do you promise? Sir Isaac is here to put you to sleep. We could do the fake ASMR. Oh, I fuck with this heavy. And it just repeats from there. What I want to do, though, is open up a new set and pull that thing. Fresh stuff, Isaac. Why, thank you. Pull that thing. Wait, no. Wrong track. Pull that thing right in here. So now we've got this. This is the final. We are on for Sunday, right, sir? Heck yeah, we are. I'm ready. So what we can do here is set it to the proper warping, and we can just kind of like now it's a little bit more like a jungle backbeat, you know. Now it'll put you to sleep. We can even do this. Just mute it a little bit. I can just do some fake ASMR and just move around and tell you that it's okay. You can go to sleep. The day is over. Job searching in the midst of the stream, but you do have to work tomorrow. Well, listen. Searching for a job is hard. It takes effort, and you've done a really good job working hard on it, even late at night. But is it really fake if you're speaking in ASMR tones? I guess it's not, but I don't have a really good mic. If you're listening to this on headphones, you'll be able to tell why it's fake ASMR. I'm just slowly moving from left to right. I don't actually have one of those special ear microphones. You know, very important to have the $7,000 head-shaped microphone if you're a proper ASM artist. ASMR. ASMR doesn't help me that much, but I appreciate the thought. Peter sent me a letter. A caravan tower by giants marsh in the Weeping Peninsula. Reports of a secret mage hiding in the area. Ooh, yeah. Do I have the cat ears still? I do. Yeah. This is turned into a cat-themed corporate jungle late night fake ASM artist stream. Meow. You won't find this anywhere else. Meow. This is the ultimate ASM artist stream. Meow. Just relax. Let the music flow through you. Peculiar. But all right. We can leave the cat ears on, but let's get out of the ASMR mode. The other thing you can do is try to slow it down a little bit. What's the full form of ASMR? That is a good question. I don't know it off the top of my head. ASMR is autonomous sensory meridian response. It is a tingling sensation triggered by specific auditory and visual stimuli and it apparently feels very nice. A vibrator for the brain, I see. There was a thing up here. I wasn't going to read it, but now I will. Although many colloquial and formal terms used and proposed between 2007 and 2010 included reference to orgasm, a significant majority objected to its use among those active in online discussions. Many differentiate between the euphoric, relaxing nature of ASMR and sexual arousal. However, the argument for sexual arousal persists, and some proponents have published videos categorized as ASM erotica, which are deliberately designed to be sexually stimulating. Interesting. Kind of like an eargasm, I guess you could call it. No wonder it makes me feel weird. You know, I kind of like the 63 BPM version. Maybe it's a little slow. I like the 65 BPM version. Don't you? Too slow. Do 81. Let's export this as corporal music to slowly. Let's try 81. Once this renders, we'll do 81. Rendering. Last stream, we did a render, and it took 45 minutes because it was a 3D render. Actually, I'm kind of proud of it. Can we watch this thing I made? Oh my goodness. Calm down, calm down. I don't want this full screen. What the heck? Okay. This is on my Twitter. Are you ready? I made this last stream. It was kind of fun. He's just doing a little disco dance. You can't stop him. It's cute. He's so angry. I know. So I didn't make the model or the face. And I also didn't rig the model because I'm still learning how to do those things. But I made all the animation and camera movement, which was super fun. And we're going to learn how to rig a model so that we can do more of that, like with my own creations, right? How cool would that be? All right, let's try 81. The render is complete. The original is 86, I believe. Still need to watch those Blender tutorials you sent. They're so good. I think Blender is one of those things where it's like, you know, it's so easy to get lost. It's like hiking in the mountains, right? I can walk down the street by myself, but I'm not gonna go into the mountains without a guide. And those tutorials just take you through like one step at a time. Here's how to do everything. And it is so necessary. I feel like it enabled me to do things. I bet I just haven't had time because deadlines and stuff, but now that school is defeated. Oh yeah, congratulations on defeating school, by the way. You have extra space for new activities. Yes, true. Well, are you, you said you're working tomorrow. Work takes a lot of time. This is the original. Let's bump it up a little bit. The problem is the chords don't really work unless it's like really fast tempo. So like 133 is the dance tempo. I am, maybe, we will see. Good luck. I still have a sick day I can take as a treat. Because I've been so good. See, that's the crazy thing. Like, my wife has been sick, and we're learning about the difference between American sick days versus German sick days. The grocery store won't die without me, and it's okay if it does. Cheers. Cheers to that. Yeah, so things that I've told my American friends about the German sick day system that they can't believe. First off, you can take a sick day when you're feeling sick, and it doesn't cut into your vacation days at all. Second, you can actually take up to 3 sick days in a row with no doctor's notes. All you have to do is just let them know that you're still out for illness, and it's no problem. And yeah, then after 4 days, all you need is a doctor's note. And I think after a couple weeks, you start getting sick pay specifically, right? Man, it's just like, imagine that. People get sick. Losing my mind. Right. And I think they realize that they'd rather pay you to go home and recover for a couple days than try to get you to, one, work while you're sick, two, punish you for not working while you're sick, punish you for being sick by making you use your vacation days, and three, make everyone else in the office sick. If I may, why move to Germany? Don't have to answer if it's personal. So when we were thinking about moving out of the United States, we made a big list of cities that we thought we could go to. Yeah, I think 86 is... I don't think we need a faster version. 86 and the slow version are good. Maybe a little faster? No, it just ruins the chords. We made a big list of cities that we would be interested in visiting, and a lot of them were in Europe, a few were in Canada, and then of course, like, everybody wants to visit like Tokyo, right? Tokyo's cool. And I think we had a couple others like Seoul or Sydney, other places around the world, right? And we started making a spreadsheet, a research spreadsheet, where we looked at the politics of these different countries, the naturalization processes of these countries, like how easy was it to get a visa, how easy was it to get citizenship, that sort of stuff. How the weather was compared to where we were from, all that sort of stuff. And it came down to it that pretty much all the cities that we thought would be a good fit for us socially, economically, weather-wise, were in Germany or Canada. So we had kind of this plan to check them out, right? And we even went on a vacation in Canada, and it was so lovely. We had a great time. But then my wife had to leave her job because of an injury. But it's pretty expensive to move like that. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I will. My wife had to leave her job because of an injury, and all of a sudden she had a lot of time, and she was using it to make art. And I'm like, well, if you're making art, why don't you try applying to some art programs in Canada and Germany and see if you get in? And because my wife is an absolutely incredible photographer, the first school that she applied to in Germany accepted her. And that's when we found out that we had 3 months to pick up our entire lives and move it to Germany. And that was the expensive part. I think we could have saved a lot of time and effort and money if we had more time to plan. But what ended up happening was she got accepted into the school, and we needed to start going to school very soon. What a rodeo. Yeah, I'm back. My internet shot itself and I'm pissed. Ugh. I'm so sorry about that, Ray. I hope that it's a problem that you can fix, or that, you know, you can call someone to fix. So, because we didn't know anything about, it just offs itself from time to time. Oh, that sucks. Well, welcome back. We're talking about how I managed to get to Germany. So because we didn't know anything about Germany and we didn't really have time to prepare, we spent a ton of time packing stuff, finding a moving company that would transport all of our stuff across the ocean, getting paperwork done, learning German. I was working still at the time, so I had to wrap up my job and let them know that I was leaving. And they were very nice about it, which was lovely. They tried to help me get a visa, but it turns out they would need a German office to sponsor me. So what ended up happening was, for the first couple months that we were in Germany, we moved here. We didn't have any of our stuff because it was still getting transported. I didn't have a job because I didn't have the paperwork required to work in Germany. And my wife was busy going to school. So we had this like whirlwind, horrible, like stasis time. Actually, if you go back on my YouTube channel and my band lab, so there's this website called Band Lab. It's really cool, actually. And I didn't have my computer for like 3 months, and I was losing my goddamn mind. So I let me see if I can post my band lab. I can just Band Lab. You used to play with that thing. It's honestly, as far as free online services go to help you make music, it's pretty good. Here's my Band Lab. If you go back in time, you can see the music that I made when I was like trapped in an apartment for every hour of every day because I didn't have a computer and I didn't know German, so I couldn't speak with anyone, and I didn't have a job, so I had nothing to do. It's kind of a wild time. But the adventure didn't end there, because even after I got a computer, I still didn't have the paperwork that was required to hold a job. And then even after I got the paperwork, you know, we went from my wife and I both having full-time income, right, to only me having part-time income. All the while, I was, you know, we were paying moving costs. We were paying for plane tickets. The plane ride was monstrous. Like 14 hours in a plane with a cat, right? We had our cat with us. We had all of our essentials shoved into 2 very heavy suitcases, and a backpack and a cat, which is Blue here. Blue, my pet griffin, goes in cat form in public. We traveled across the ocean. We were paying for school. We were paying for so much insurance, paperwork, had to figure out where the grocery store was and what was the best grocery store. Like, it's literally like starting over, except we had a lot of money saved up because we had been working two jobs together. We had a really, really nice savings account. Well, 2 years later, working part-time and trying to live and survive and pay for school, and while your wife is not working, kind of drains the old bank account. So yeah, this past December, my wife finally got a job, and my income also increased from, I guess you could call it, I used to be part-time income, and now I'm like low range full-time income, even though I'm still working remotely. I just got more responsibilities. So we're finally back to where we were, which is 2 incomes surviving. The only difference is that period of time, that 2 years, it kind of drained the bank account. So the estimate of stopping working, moving to Germany with almost no preparation, right? Going to school and working part-time on the side to support it, and then job hunting until you find a job. That entire 2.5 year long process cost us about $100,000. Which I'm very, very, very grateful to my past self for saving money instead of spending it. That is a ton of money. Yeah. I often joke with friends about, hey, if you ever want to move to Germany, I can help you out. I know all the paperwork. I know how to get your visa. But the truth of the matter is, I'm just extremely lucky. And I think that having the wherewithal to save money when I was able to was just such a huge boon. Yeah. If I recommend one thing, save money. Don't spend money on every little thing. Earn more than you spend, and if you can't increase what you earn, then spend less. There you go. There's your little tips for today. There's your business tips from Business Isaac. Nods. And honestly, the other thing that I was talking to a friend about this. Can you please repeat it? Earn more than you spend, and if you can't earn more, then spend less. Right? Just kidding. Repeat the whole thing. Of course. Let's start at the very beginning. Today's stream is brought to you by memory. Memory is strengthened. Do you have any advice on higher positions in a workplace? I feel like I'm inadequate for a higher position. Okay. So I think that there are 2 ways to go about this. And the question is, do you like your company or not? Right? If you like your company, what you should be doing is asking for training as often as possible. Anytime that there's a new task, a new position, a new thing to do, ask for training. Learn every single position you can. And what you'll find is that the more training you do, the better you get at positions. You'll be asked to teach the people who are just joining that position. And eventually you'll know enough positions that you can lead every position. And that's when you start moving up into management positions, which pushes you further up the chain. I want a different company trying to quit this bird-ass grocery store. Gotcha. Okay, so here's what I would suggest then. First off, figure out what you eventually want to do. And it's perfectly fine to say, I don't know, but you do want to give it some thought, right? Even if you don't know now, it should be something that you're starting to work on. Maybe it, and I know that I'm sitting here writing music and being a VTuber, but writing music and being a VTuber is not a great place to start. Let's memory. Remember, in your life, you can do a lot of things. You can do so many things in your life. You can be a VTuber. You can be an artist. You can be a musician. You can, be a chess master, right? You can be a pro gamer. The thing is, some of the things you want to do are financially lucrative. Others are a lot harder, right? Anybody can open OBS and throw up a stream. The problem is that making money off of streaming is kind of like winning the lottery, right? So what I recommend is, of all the things you like to do, think about which one is kind of like a money maker. Which one makes the profits? Which one's the business thing, right? And maybe it's something simple as, I was good at math. That's what it was for me. I went to school and got a music degree, and then I realized that, this is not a thing that I can make money off of yet. But I was good at math, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do accounting. So, because I had a specific skill and a specific job that I was searching for, I knew exactly what training I needed to start being an accountant, right? So I went and got the minimum required training. That is a associate's degree in accounting. I went to my local college, the cheapest possible option, all online classes so I could do them while I worked at my telemarketer job, right? Like the pure baseline accountant, right? And once I had the associate's degree, I started applying to jobs. I got into a job in finance, which is different than accounting, actually. And I've been an accountant ever since. Or a financial analyst, whatever. I've been doing this ever since, and it's been making the money that I need to support myself while I work on the longer term projects of becoming a better musician and being a streamer and, I don't know, making cool games or rap. Like, I could be a rapper someday. But the fact that I can do accounting on the side or as my day job enables me to support myself while I'm doing the things that I really do like. And it's not like I don't like accounting either. I like math. I'm good at math. I like spreadsheets. I really like spreadsheets. Sometimes you find the thing that you really like and it's like, ooh, there's some extras in here. Awesome. So yeah, think about things that you like doing, right? Maybe you like talking to people, right? If you're an extrovert, then having a receptionist or customer service or telephone position can be something that is at the very least easy to do, right? If you're not an extrovert, if you're an introvert like myself, think about the skills that make money. Science, math, right? What is it? The STEM fields, engineering. Do you like putting models together? That's basically, engineering. Do you like playing with Play-Doh? That's the type of engineering. Do you like You thought about STEM. Well, the thing is, the reason people recommend STEM is because those are the jobs that make money, right? And engineering too. Yeah, listen, if you found something that you kind of are interested in, right? Even kind of, look into the simplest, quickest, easiest, cheapest way to get some sort of training in that field. And it doesn't have to be a degree. In fact, it's often better when it isn't a degree. So, like engineering, for instance, right? Or here's a good example. I have a friend who, for a long time, worked on 3D modeling. Loves 3D modeling. She's amazing at it. She went to school for this, and she spent a long time after getting her degree not having a job. Just straight up not having a job. It wasn't until she started doing her own projects and getting training on the tools that she needed that she actually got a job in 3D modeling, right? So if you're interested in engineering, you don't need to get an engineering degree. Get a certification in a software that engineers use, right? Get and you know, companies that make these softwares understand that they're very difficult to create, and they're interested in people learning their software, right? You might look at like, oh my gosh, their software is like $500 and their training course is another like $1,000. But $1,500 is super cheap compared to an engineering degree, right? Like I'm using Ableton Live. Ableton Live is used by DJs and sound designers and music producers and mixers and mastering engineers all over the world. And it costs me some money. But I want to use the tool that they use, right? And there is training. Fortunately for Ableton Live, there is tons and tons of good resources on YouTube. And hey, here's a little hint. If you have the software, there's lots of good resources for it on YouTube. If you can say I am certified in this software, that's almost better than a degree, because it proves that you can do the job. The degree helps them know that you have some mental and problem solving and skills and dedication to a particular thing. But certification in a particular software that they're using, that means you can just come in and do the work. They don't have to train you. They don't have to certify you. You can just do the work. And that's a really cool thing. When I got my first accounting job, they were like, how'd you go from a music degree to an accounting degree? And I explained, well, the music degree is where I learned, creative problem solving. And the music degree is where I learned interpersonal relations, right? And working as a team and being a part of something bigger and understanding the big picture and the little picture, right? All these things that are useful for an accountant to do. In the accounting degree, I just learned how to add the numbers up right, So the fact that I didn't have the bachelor's degree in accounting or whatever that they were asking for didn't matter, because I had the skills that they were looking for. And that's the thing, right? If you want to do something that you're not currently doing, the first step is learning how to do it. And in the narrative of our current society, you need a degree to do the thing. But that's not how the world works exactly. Thinking of taking computer engineering. Computer engineering is super cool. Honestly, I wish I knew more about it. Software engineering, computer engineering, programming, all these things are so cool. I wish I knew more about them. And you can learn a lot about them without a degree. Let's see. Let's do a little Google searching. Let's see. Computer engineering standard software. So the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology says computer science and engineering standards. Oh. Let's see. No, we want standard software. What do you call that? It's computer engineering, not standard. Give me synonyms. Man, you can tell that I'm such a art kid. What's a synonym of standard? Ideal, model. What modeling software do engineers use? Specification? Oh, here. Okay, thank you, Quora. Engineers use various types of software for designing items depending on the specific field and requirements. Computer-aided design software, CAD. So popular CAD includes AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Cadia, Siemens NX. There's computer-aided engineering, finite element analysis, electronic design automation, electrical and electronics engineers for designing and analyzing electronic circuits and systems. Ooh, examples of EDA are here. Let's do this. Altium Designer. Altium Designer. Oh, looks like you can get a free trial. So the software is 11,000 euros. Wild. That's pretty wild. That's a lot of money. Jesus, 11K. But they got the free trial here. Let's see what. Yeah, so we don't need pro, we need normal. So this is what I'm saying, right? 11,000 euros. That's a lot. Let's compare that Cost of an electrical engineering degree. On average, tuition for a 4-year degree in electrical engineering can range from $20,000 to $50,000 per year. Per year. So the question is, do you Coursera also has free and affordable certifications. That's true. Dude, Coursera. This is what I'm saying. Learn without limits. Explore new courses. Join for free. Why did it put me on generative AI? That's what I wanted. Electrical engineer. 495 courses you could take on electrical engineering. And look at this. They're organized by beginner, intermediate, advanced. Here's Auto SAR. I bet that's a software, right? Enroll for free. Learn about the Auto SAR framework, its architecture, and the guiding concepts that guided its creation. Automative open system architecture, yeah. Can we sort level? Beginner, professional certificates, so do you want to get a professional certificate to be an IBM data analyst? It's free. It takes 3 to 6 months. You can do it for free. 4 months of 10 hours a week. Oh my God, that's so easy. You don't have to work for Meta, but you can take their program to become a back-end developer. Skills you'll gain. Look at this list of skills you'll gain. Learn to use programming languages including Python syntax, Linux commands, Git, SQL, version control, cloud hosting, APIs, JSON, XML, and more. Build a portfolio using your new skills and begin interview preparation, including tips for what to expect when interviewing for engineering jobs. Look at this. Coursera, holy shit. Wow. And if you don't want to be a backend developer, you can be a database engineer. Look, they are putting their courses up for free. Google digital marketing and e-commerce. Actually, like, what if we took this? What if we just took this? It starts today. What if we just took this and became a digital marketer and e-commerce master? Thanks, Google. Measure marketing performance through analytics. Like, just click this button. It's free. Hot damn. Okay, so Coursera, good resource. Thank you, Ella. AI stuff always makes me angry, but yeah, it's a complicated topic. And I don't like the generative AI because it feels like it's just polluting the cultural and digital streams, right? It's just big honking globs of nothing, right? But I think that AI in a broader sense has some really important roles to play in the future of our culture, right? And this is just electrical engineering beginner level professional certificates, right? In addition to that, there are 140 courses that you can learn. You can sort by duration. Most of them are 1 to 4 weeks. Let's see. Let's look at some of the courses. Corceo is pretty awesome, minus the AI shit. Well, listen, everybody is testing the water with quote unquote AI, which is really just machine learning. It's not even AI, it's machine learning, right? Chat GPT is a database. This is great. I just need to know how to get a job now. So let's what was that thing? Let's just go like meta back end developer, right? Look at that. The course is the number one thing, probably because we thing. Here's a review of the course, of course, by Daniel Dan Tech and Data YouTuber. Yeah, then what you want to do is you just type in backend developer jobs. And here's the German one, Stepstone. Yeah, we'll translate this page. And there, look. In the last 24 hours, there have been 24 new jobs posted. In the last week, there have been 283 jobs posted. And this is just in Germany. You know, there's a reason, STEM, there's a reason that people recommend the jobs because they are in high demand, right? Here's Indeed, backend developer jobs. Yes, translate from German to English. Or is like the number of jobs. Backend developer. Almost 3,500 jobs. And I'm sure it's using my my location data. I live in Berlin, if you didn't know. I'm sure it's using my location data to figure this out, right? Here, backend developer English-speaking jobs in Germany, 6,000 of them. How about that? Are you a backend developer? Do you speak English? There's 6,000 jobs in Germany you can apply to. Come live in Berlin with me. Can we narrow it down? Yeah, look at that. 1,300 in Berlin. You've got your pick. And this is the thing that I think people struggle with, especially when they're young, is you don't have to worry about security. Your security is through your parents. Your security is through your school, right? Your security is through your family and friends. You don't have to worry about security, so you focus on your passions. And I think that's a great thing. However, when you want to head out on your own, if you're able to head out on your own, you need to start thinking about how you're going to secure, a life for yourself, right? And doing a job that a lot of people desire is a great way to sell your abilities for money. That's what business is all about. We selling things for money out here. And I think that there's a false dichotomy where if you're going to an office and becoming a soulless corporate drone, then you're giving up on your passions, right? But it's just not true. When you are working at a job that makes some money, you have security, right? And that security allows you to spend your other time working on your passions which don't offer you that security, but in the long run offer you emotional fulfillment, offer you community, offer you a sense of purpose, and of course, maybe someday offer you a way to make some money off of it. Hopefully. I mean, how much would you buy this song for? Would you pay 50 cents for this song? I don't know. Spotify seems to think that you would pay 0.000001 cent for this song. Did you hear about the fucking, oh my God, Snoop Dogg. I can't say I aspire to be Snoop Dogg, but I would certainly hope that my music could be as influential and widespread and well played and iconic as Snoop Dogg's. Snoop Dogg, the Snoop Dogg, said that he makes about $100,000 a year on Spotify. $100,000 a year. It might sound like a lot, but yeah, that's Snoop motherfucking Dogg we're talking about. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. Spotify pays you so little. So essentially, what you use Spotify for is a fishing pond, right? It is not a place to make money. It is a place to throw your music out into the pond and see if the viral fish swarm bites it, right? You don't actually go there to make money. And in the same way, right, you shouldn't get into like art expecting that everybody will come commission you and you'll make tons of money off commissions and you'll be able to quit your job and do art full time. It could happen, but it's basically like winning the lottery, right? The viral fish swarm has millions of songs to randomly decide to latch onto. Like, think about the weekly TikTok song, right? There's like a song on TikTok about once a week that everybody's just like obsessed with. That could be you, except you're in the pool of all the music ever to exist, and you know TikTok is constantly like churning through the pool, obviously, but you're just one little piece of bait. You can't survive just floating along in the pool, hoping that the fish swarm will come and lift you into prosperity. You got to find a place where you're secure with yourself. And then eventually you can, you know, see what you can get out of music or art or whatever. But you can't expect it to pay the bills. And that's just the truth, I think. That's the truth of this thing that we call society. You gotta focus on your material contribution to society before you can focus on your cultural contribution to society. Sad. It's sad. If only our memories could remain. If only we could learn that memory is the faculty of the mind in which data is informed or encoded, stored or retrieved when needed. The memories of our youth, when security was not a need, when we could live our lives passionately and freely. Don't lose that part of you. but recognize that it can't be the only part of you. Anyway, I'm seriously considering doing a Corceo course now because, damn, last time I checked out Corceo courses, they were not that good. Like professional certifications, that is wild. But it is about time for us to wrap up here. So let's find someone to raid, shall we? Who's on the Twitches? Who's on the Twitches? You know, it's been a while since we raided Sissy Bnui. Let's raid Sissy Bnui. I type in raid message. So, thank you very much for joining. If you're still in chat, please feel free to grab the raid message and let's go say hi to a good friend of the channel, Sissy Bnui, and support their art. Oh, I recognize that anywhere. They're in Blender. Thanks for the advice, Business Chimera Dad. You're welcome. Now, just remember, you've done a good job. I'm proud of you. You got to keep pushing forward, but don't discount the person you are and how hard you worked to get here. Time to send you off into the night. So, with the raid started, let's say our farewells. My name's Isaac Anzu. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for joining the Incorporation Nation. Thanks to all who rated and subscribed and followed and chatted. I'm Isaac Anzu. Sleep tight. No. Good night, sleep tight, and don't let the Bitcoins bite. Until next time. Farewell.